How to turn off the live video. Hi, everybody. Sweet. All right. You want to figure out how to end the live video? Hey, everybody, this is Brandon. Okay, everybody, we're live on YouTube. We're cutting off some live feeds from Instagram and from Facebook. We're just basically telling everybody to come here to YouTube because YouTube is our focus for live and for most of our long format content, which this is live, of course. You guys found yourselves here because you're curious who's going to win that roughly $3,500 package, which is a, correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon, it's a welded powder-coated M605, right? Yep. Also your choice of bending die, and then a Versinatcher, and then you're going to get the air over hydraulic cylinder for the bender, so it's ready to be powered with your air compressor. Air powers it out to do the bending, springs pull it back, that way you don't have to do a whole bunch of work to accomplish your work in the shop doing fabrication projects. And we're going to ship all that to you for free, lower 48 states. If you're in Alaska or Hawaii, we don't like you guys. I'm just kidding. We love you guys. But you do have to pay a few extra bucks to get it shipped to you. And if you're in another country that allows this kind of thing and you've entered and you win, you just pay the shipping to get to you wherever that might be. You'd also be responsible for any import tax, GST, duty, whatever that stuff might be, because we definitely don't want to be on the hook for that. So we've got some cool news and some neat stuff that we've done. Some of it actually pertains to our new Versa press. So I'm going to show you guys some of that stuff first, talk about the new drawing, which has already started, the entry time for it, and then also how you can enter. And then we'll announce, of course, the winners. So I have the winners printed off right here, and I'll be going over that at the end. This is live. The fun part of that is you guys get to ask me questions, and we'll answer them live on camera. And if you ask anything too prying, I'll just pretend that I didn't see your question. It's super simple for me. So go ahead and fire off those questions anytime you guys want. Brandon's behind camera. He'll be answering or asking and that kind of thing. So this is a big chunk of... Brandon's already laughing.
Just comments. They're not questions, they're comments.
Okay. This is a big chunk of 3D print. You guys have seen that we 3D print some prototype stuff in the shop here. We also changed our logo. This is a mirror image of the new logo. The reason why is so that we can put it in the Versa press with force control turned on and stamp metal. Not just for us, for you guys too. If you get a Versa press, most of them that we're selling, people are ordering with the force control system on them, where you can adjust that dial and turn it to whatever tons, PSI, linear force in pounds you want. And that will allow it to stop and not damage things like 3D prints, but press hard enough to form things like this steel. This is 0.35 thick or 20 gauge, and it's mild steel. So this isn't just to be cool. It's actually really, really rigid now that it's got these depth features in it. This is a 100 thousandths thick stamping. For you guys that prefer fractions, I think that's between 3/32 and 1/8 of an inch. So I'm not going to give it to you in 64ths or 1/28ths because no one uses those that uses fractions. So that actually is going to go into our car, our 1972 BMW 2002 race car. If you guys did not know we're building one, subscribe to this channel after this is over, check the bells and notifications, and then go watch the videos. We've got technically 4.5 episodes out for it. We're editing episode 5 right now, and it is completely done being filmed. We've got all of our B-roll. It's just about ready to drop. We're also editing a second video right now. I think it's actually completely done and ready to be posted. We just have to get a thumbnail up for it, and that is a video on bump bending. We've been telling you guys for years you can take a bender that normally makes like tight radius bends, like 2.5 to 6 inch radius bends, like an M600 line bender, and you can make a bunch of incremental small bends over a long distance, 2, 3, 4 inches apart, and accomplish those big, giant, sweeping bends like you see on, gates and spiral staircases and all kinds of things like that. We finally did that. So we've been trying for quite a while to find time and an appropriate project. We did it, we bent it, it came out really nice, and we've got a very in-depth video. I think it's about 20 minutes long, and we're going to be posting it later this week. But you don't have to come check back. You have to subscribe and check that bell. That's going to bring you back here when we get that video posted. And then you can come here, comment, check it out, and learn how to bump bend on your M600 series tubing bender, like a 605 or a 625.
What type of filament?
What type of filament? I was kind of lazy. This should probably be printed in PETG or ASA or what's the other? The black, the one's always black? ABS. Yeah. Not always black, usually black. ABS. Those would all be great choices. I didn't make great choices. I printed this out of PLA. because it was there. We've got tons of it, and it didn't break anyway. I did have some features that were like meant to be like piloting features for this, and we just ended up welding up a fixture with corners on it to guide it together so the top and bottom were aligned, because they do have to be aligned. And it worked just fine, but we actually printed it in PLA. I didn't use the right settings. I think I used a wall thickness of like 1 millimeter or 0.8. You should use about 3 millimeter wall if you're doing something like this. I did do a high infill though. It's like 70% infill, so they're extremely thick, almost solid. But the wall should have been thicker when I printed them. But I had it set for draft and left that one setting in my draft settings. Great question. We printed it on an Anycubic Cobra Max. This is a large format, cheap printer. Good printer, we like it. We've ran about 100 kilograms of filament through it.
What's the biggest radius you can bump bend?
Biggest radius you can bump bend is infinity. If you did like a half a degree bend every couple of feet, you would accomplish a probably 100 or 200 foot radius. So it's not really sensible to do anything too huge. I mean, it depends what you're building, I suppose. If you're building like a grain silo or something, you could probably accomplish a 20-foot radius, weld all the tubes together and make rings for a grain silo. I don't think they build silos that way. But yeah, the lower limit for bump bending is a more common application question, and I tell people I wouldn't try to go under about 2 feet. Starts to get tougher, bends look a little worse. You can totally do it, but it doesn't look as good. Ours we chose to do at 3 feet, and I think that is one of the perfect applications for bump bending. So, and actually 2 feet might not be a lower limit. You could probably go tighter than 2 feet for the radius. I'm thinking diameter. You could probably go about 12 inches for a radius on bump bending and have decent results. One of the common bump bending applications would be the roof on a side-by-side. So that's going to be like a 8, 10-foot radius, 12-foot radius, you know, pretty gradual. And then another super common one is going around the fenders on rock crawlers and stuff like that, or an exo car when you're trying to replicate that fender opening for a tire. So that's going to be 30 to 40 inch opening, so 15 to 20 inch radius. And those are really reasonable radii to bump bend. So that's the news on the upcoming videos. Episode 5 for the 2002 build series. And again, that's 2002, the model BMW from the 70s, not the year. Super confusing. I don't know if they thought about that 50 years ago, but unfortunately they probably didn't. And then of course the bump bending video, you guys are gonna want to check that out. And we did not bump bend on steel, not carbon steel anyway, so you guys are gonna want to see it. It's cool. And we did pretty big diameter.
Bump bending die size limit?
There is no die size limit for bump bending. You can use any die that fits in the bender, and you can use any radius. The bigger radius you use, the better it's going to work out. And you also do not want to minimize deformation when you're bump bending. So, for example, if you bent something that was really, really thin and on a tight radius, and you did it on a mandrel, you'd get those really tight bends, and they'd be like zero deformation. You'd kind of have an octagon-looking thing for your bend. It'd be, look like a polygon, all the straight edges and stuff. So you're much better off letting the outside flatten out a little bit. It's going to make all your bends kind of blend together. And so we did not use a mandrel when we did our bump bending. I think it would be counterproductive to use a mandrel, and really even more time-consuming than regular bump bending. Plus, usually using a super long piece, and mandrel bending is easier on shorter pieces, depending on your mandrel extension and rod length. So, excellent questions about bump bending. Cool. So, the current drawing period is going to be for this month, which is of course July, and next month, which is August. At the end of August, what's there, 31 days in August? No, 30. 31? That's right, the second 31 in a row. I'm not good with calendar things. That would be the end of the entry period, so you can purchase anything in the swag category on our webpage. That's typically going to be branded merchandise like shirts. I know there is no RogueFab logo here. There should be one on the back. Hats, which of course has one, banners, lanyards, keychain bottle openers, all the stickers. The stickers are now in packs to make it easier for you guys to enter without competing with people who are doing annoying credit card fraud things. All that stuff gets you entries, 2 per dollar. So if you compare the cost of stamping an envelope and sending it to us, or a postcard, which is of course a valid method of entry method number 2, those cost 50 to 70 cents depending where you are to get to us for 1 entry. But you can buy stickers for like $4 or AccuFlex gloves for like $1 or $2, and you get entries for 50 cents per entry. So it's actually cheaper to enter with buying stuff off of our webpage per entry than it is to send a postcard. So we're not saying you can't send a postcard, you absolutely still can. The third method of entry, and these add up, you can do all 3 and they will just keep adding to your number of entries. The third method is reviews. You can put reviews on Google, you can put reviews on our webpage. If you're trying to do them on Google, act like you're looking for directions. You'll find the stars, click on them, write the review. You have to have experience with our company to write that review. You can't just say, this company's great. You have to have experience with our customer service or our products. Those could be products that a friend owns, or you could call us and get a quote. That would be a customer service experience. So that would allow you to have an honest review. If your review is just, cool, I'm entering the drawing, that's not a review. That's basically a postcard, but not a postcard, doesn't count. Web page is a review for a product. There's no company reviews on the web page. They're all product based. Shop for the product. You'll find the reviews, even if you already own it. That's how you find them. Type in your review there. If you are logged in and have a photo, we will multiply your reviews. All the details are at roguefab.com/drawings. So it's easy to figure out how many reviews you're going to get. Finding products that don't have any reviews or very, very few can sometimes get you more reviews as well. So look for those. Make sure you're logged in so that you get that little green check mark next to your review, which says that our webpage says you are a verified customer. We like our customers and potential customers who are reading reviews to know that they are valid reviews. We also don't wash our reviews, so if you have a gripe, leave a 4-star review. Tell us what we could do better. We don't mind those. We have those published, so you have to look pretty hard because we do a good job, but they're there. We even have, I think we got a 1-star one somewhere hiding. So, not hiding, there's a lot of other reviews. So. Those are the entry methods, and again, that one's going to end in the end of August. The drawing that we are doing right now was for June and May. I like to describe them in the wrong order, May and June. So it ended just about 8 days ago, and we've got the winners right here. If you guys are watching live, we add to these. So third place, we're going to add $25 to your prize. Normally be a $25 gift card, that makes it a $50 gift card. If you're watching live, just leave it in the comments right down below. Say, hey, I'm winner whoever, your name, and I was here live. We will absolutely double your prize from $25 to $50 for that gift card. Second is going to go from $50 to $100. So pretty substantial for just watching a live video. And then first place, that's the Bender Notcher package with shipping and the hydraulic cylinder and your choice of die. We're not going to double that one, but we will add an extra $100 gift card on top of it. And you can spend that at the time when you get your prize and just get more stuff if you want. So pretty awesome to be here and get stuff added just for watching. Again, interrupt me if you guys joined late. Interrupt me with all your questions if you're curious, about Rogue Fab, about products, about bending, any questions you guys might have. Even if it's just science or metallurgy, I might know the answer. If not, I'll make something up that's really unbelievable.
Just ask them what type of PPE they would like us to add to our product line. A lot of guys are saying they'd like to see more consumables.
Okay.
They've bought a lot of these already.
So we should find out from our customers what they want?
Yeah.
Okay. So some of you guys have asked for more variety in the PPE, the personal protection equipment. We've got gloves and like welding sleeves, like the TIG fingers and stuff like that. If you guys have other ideas, especially stuff that we can brand here with like stamps or labeling, because that's the main idea for us selling PPE, but it doesn't have to be exclusive to it. Let us know what you'd like to see for sale. Like if you guys are having trouble finding, good quality safety glasses, or if you just like to buy them at the same place, that's an option. I don't know how we would mark those, but we might just sell them and they'd be like our AccuFlex gloves. I don't think those are branded, are they? No. So AccuFlex gloves are just like a general work glove. They are not for welding, but they're very affordable. So, and we actually have one of our winners who bought AccuFlex gloves to win. They did it twice, in fact. Yeah, it's that person. Cool. So let's get into the winners. Interrupt again with questions if you guys have them. Third prize, this is a $25 gift card. $50 gift card if you're here watching. Jeff Butters. Thank you, Jeff, for having a super easy to pronounce name. Not that you have a lot of control over that. So Jeff gets a $25 gift card, 50 if he's here. If you know Jeff Butters of Layton, Utah, let him know. He's got a couple more minutes to get in here before the video's over. And he got our cross-cart shirt, which is totally sweet, and some MIG gloves, which I love MIG gloves. One time I put a piece of wire in my hand widthwise. I was just tacking and it went into this hand. I don't know how, but I popped almost a 2-inch long piece of wire and it landed sideways in my hand. Burned a nice piece in there, had to peel it out. Hurt. There's worse pain from welding, I'm sure. Looks like Brandon's feverishly typing answers to you guys. So, second place, $50 gift card, 100 if you're here watching live. Larry Wilson of Dawson, Texas. Larry actually bought a big package of tools from us, a cross-cart package, and that includes a couple of items. I think it includes a cross-cart t-shirt. And so when you buy those packages and they have swag items in them, you get 2 entries for every dollar that is in the swag part. So if you bought, Larry didn't, but let's say you bought a Bender package that was $2,000 and $100 of it was swag, you would get 200 entries for the $100 of swag. You would not get 4,000 entries for the $2,000 of tools. The idea here is that our winners are usually people who buy very, very affordable swag items, not usually people who saved up and bought their tools. Otherwise, it would always go to people who bought elite packages, because those are the biggest packages, obviously. We have anything else?
Nope.
Nothing else? All right. We are going to go to the grand prize winner. And again, do not forget, you guys want to subscribe after we announce this guy and the video is over. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I know a lot of you guys are our fans and you may already be subscribed. If you haven't yet, go subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a whole bunch. It just allows us to have more of an audience to market to through our videos, and it encourages us to invest more money and time into our videos. So, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen those people on YouTube that spend like, you know, $500,000 on an episode on YouTube. We can't do that, not even close, but the more subscribers we get, the bigger audience we have, the more we can invest in time and money into our episodes and camera equipment. So, you guys are actually watching on a nearly new that we purchased new Sony FX30. So we just bought it, and it's a pretty sweet camera. It's part of Sony's cinema line, and the live stuff is really, really cut down in resolution for bitrate reasons for internet. But if you guys watch the newer videos we're coming out with, we started shooting everything in 4K 30 or 4K 60, and that allows us to do a lot better stuff with editing and things like that, because there's way more information in pixels and bit depth and color. So the color on this camera is what really sets it apart from the other Sony mirrorless cameras we've been recording with. So you guys will probably be enjoying that, seeing a lot crisper, higher contrast, better color, and better lighting. So that's all because you guys are subscribing. First prize, this is again about $3,500 worth of stuff, goes to Micah Joseph. Micah Joseph, also from Texas. Crazy thing is, Micah Joseph literally bought AccuFlex gloves in 2 different sizes and MIG welding gloves. Second time in a row entering. So he did this month and last month, and that was enough. He got the win. So Micah, if you are watching, leave a comment. Say, I'm Micah, I'm here, don't miss me. We're going to add a $100 gift card to your over $3,000 prize, and we will be reaching out to you via phone if you're not here watching, and we'll let you know that you won. Congratulations. Thank you to everybody who entered. Don't forget, you can still enter right now at roguefab.com, and all the details are at roguefab.com/drawings. That's where we have the blog for every single drawing, period.
I think Micah's in there.
I think Micah's here.
Was it Micah Joseph?
Yes.
Yep, he's there.
Micah's here. Congrats, Micah. Congrats from everybody here at Rogue Fab. Nice. Colin yelled from upstairs too. Sweet. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Colin, if you haven't yet, you can cut it. What if you guys heard that?